Pontius Pilate's letter to Tiberius Caesar discusses at length the arrest, the trial, and the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. On my arrival at Jerusalem, I took possession of the Praetorium. Among the various rumors at the time that came to my ears, there was one in particular that attracted my attention. A young man, it was said, appeared in Galilee, preaching with a noble unction, a new law in the name of God who had sent him. One day, in passing by the place of Shiloh, where there was a great concourse of people, I observed in the midst of the group a young man who was leaning against a tree, calmly addressing the multitudes. I was told it was Jesus. This I could have easily suspected. So great was the difference between him and those listening to him. His golden-colored hair and beard gave him the appearance of a celestial aspect. He appeared to be about 30 years old. Never have I seen a sweeter or more serene countenance. What a contrast between him and his hearers, with their black beards and tawny complexions. Complaints were made daily at the Praetorium against the insolence of Jesus. I was even informed that some misfortune would befall him, that it would not be the first time that Jerusalem had stoned those who called themselves prophets. I rode to Jesus, requesting an interview with him at the Praetorium. He came. You know that in my veins flows the Spanish mixed with Roman blood, as incapable of fear as it is of weak emotion. But when Jesus made his appearance, I was walking in my basilica, and my feet seemed fastened with an iron hand to the marble pavement, and I trembled in every limb as does a guilty culprit, though Jesus was as calm as innocence itself. When he came up to me, he stopped, and by a signal sign he seemed to say to me, I am here. Though he spoke not a word, there was nothing about him that was repelling in his character. Yet I felt too awed and tremulous to approach him. Jesus, said I unto him at last, and my tongue faltered. Jesus of Nazareth, for the last 3 years I have granted you ample freedom of speech, nor do I regret it. Your words are those of a sage. However, I must not conceal from you that your discourses have raised up against you powerful and inveterate enemies. My request, I do not say an order, is that you be more moderate in your discourses in the future, and more considerate of them, lest you arouse the pride of your enemies, and they raise against you the stupid populace, and compel me to employ the instruments of law. Jesus calmly replied, Prince of the earth, your words proceed not from true wisdom. Say to the torrent to stop in the midst of the mountain gorge. It will uproot the trees of the valley. The torrent will answer you that it obeys the laws of nature and the Creator. God alone knows whither flow the waters of the torrent. Verily I say unto you, before the rose of Sharon blossoms, the blood of the just shall be spilt. Your blood shall not be spilt, said I, with deep emotion. You are more precious in my estimation on account of your wisdom than all of the turbulent and proud Pharisees. who abuse the freedom granted them by the Romans. I will protect you against them. My praetorium shall be an asylum both day and night." Jesus shook his head and said with a grave yet divine smile, "When the day shall come, there will be no asylums for the Son of Man, neither in the earth nor under the earth. The asylum of the just is there." Jesus pointed up to the heavens. "That which is written in the books of the prophets must be accomplished." "Young man," I answered mildly, "do not infringe my order. You know the consequences. May happiness attend you. Farewell." "Prince of the earth," replied Jesus, "I come not to bring war into the world, but peace, love, and charity. I was born the same day on which Augustus Caesar gave peace to the Roman world. Persecutions proceed not from me. I expect it from others, and I will meet it in obedience to the will of my Father, who has shown me the way. Restrain, therefore, your worldly prudence. It is not in your power to arrest the victim at the foot of the tabernacle of expiation." So saying, he disappeared like a bright shadow behind the curtains of the basilica, to my great relief, for I felt a heavy burden on me, of which I could not relieve myself of in his presence.